In this video, we're going to learn how to make frequency tables with both quantitative data and qualitative data. The first thing we need is a data set. So I'm going to go here to my left-hand side. I can see that most everything is open. Let me close them up just to get a little more space here. So this is our cascading sort of areas here where we know what's going on. We can make choices. Right now, I'm going to choose to import data from a data set repository within Rguroo. So as you can see, I have lots of things here. So when I narrow this down, I want to look for something within our textbook. So I'm going to type Hawks in. That's our author of our textbook. And there's two options here in Rguroo. I'm going to choose the first one, which is the title of our textbooks, Discovering Statistics and Data. Now, once I click on that, you can see that many data sets have opened up down here for us to have access to. Today, I want to work with one called patient data, and these are alphabetical order. So go about halfway down or so and click on patient data, import, close this out, and we can see now here in the left-hand side, patient data is been imported from the repository and it's available for us to use. So let me double click on it. And what that does is open this data in the spreadsheet. We can see that there are 100 patients in here. I'm assuming these are individual people. And as you can see, 7 pieces of information. Some of these information or variables are qualitative with gender and marital status. And then we have several that are quantitative, as you can see in the last 4 columns. Clear these out. This systolic blood pressure. I think I might have reversed, so that's fine. This is total cholesterol level, weight in pounds, age, and so forth. So let's get started with some frequency tables. So I'm going to just shrink up data real quick so that we can see what's going on better down here. I'm going to go to analytics right here. And once I open it up, I have choices beneath it under analysis. And as I look at the list presented to me, tabulation is the one I want to choose because making a frequency table is tabulating data. Let's start with our categorical choice, which is another way of saying qualitative. So once I get to this pop-up box, I need to, as always, select my data set, patient data, and I need to basically select a variable, a qualitative variable I would like to see. So let's choose marital status. 2 there. Let's choose marital status. As I was scrolling up and down, with 100 different rows, it's a little hard to get a sense of the distribution or how the different types of marital statuses are represented in our 100 patients. So that is all I need to do. I click on the preview icon, and in a matter of seconds, I have a tabulation of our 100 patients. So you can see here the total is 100. And we have what I'm assuming is divorced, married, single, and widowed. Pretty standard codes for marital status. We can see that single, nope, I misspoke, married here at 34 is the most frequently occurring marital status in our frequency table. If I come here to basics, what that does is allow me to go back to the pop-up box I just communicated with. And if I want to, I could add something like percentages in here. So I'll click on that box. It retains everything I just did. I'll click on icon again, or the preview icon, and we have it again. And you may think, what happened? Well, because we have 100 individuals in our data, the percents look almost identical, if you would imagine. But had we had something like 200, 365, or something like that patients, then these percents would then be equivalent to a relative frequency, just getting a better idea of our patients. Okay, that is a qualitative variable. So let's go back into analysis, tabulation. And you see here, we have the option to do this with a numerical variable. The pop-up box looks a little different. Let's see what we need to choose here. We need to choose a data set. And we also need to choose our variable. And let's do weight. So we're going to see what's going on with the weights here. I really don't want to do anything super fancy, just want to get a quick table of this. And because it's a numerical or quantitative variable, it's going to create bins for us. So it's going to kind of create these little intervals of numbers that we can put each of the patients into. You'll see this once I hit the icon button, the preview icon. So now we have here on the left, you can see, I'm going to kind of inspect what Rguroo did. I can see that I have a bin here, or a class, from 80 to 100 pounds. Now this includes 80 all the way up to as close as we can imagine to 100 pounds, maybe 99.9999 pounds. But that's the first little classification it made. And if we go over there, there's only one, here's frequency. There's only one individual that fell into that weight classification. We skip down here from 200 to 220. 12 individuals fell into there. So we can kind of get a better idea of this variable weight by looking at a summary of it. And this summary is a frequency table. I hope this was helpful in learning how to create frequency tables for both qualitative and quantitative data.